everyone, and welcome to Zeepkist Cup of the Day. For those of you who don't know how this works, we get 10 minutes to practice a map we have never seen before, after which there will be 2-minute elimination rounds, where the slowest players get eliminated. This week, we have a map by Mortishade. Mortanglement. I think this is the second time Mortishade's made a Cup of the Day map. Yeah, this is pretty standard Mortishade map. Kind of crazy rotation on that turn. Uh-oh. Don't worry. It'll be fine. Like, pretty standard track, just kind of flowing back and forth. I don't think there's any risky jump. I think that's why those trees are there. Interesting track. Pretty straightforward, but definitely some kind of unusual transitions. Mortishade's pretty good about that. Simplistic tracks, but not like stock standard, the same stuff you see from everybody else. It's usually got something unique to it. This part, okay, you really need to be going up to maintain traction there. It's probably the trickiest part of the track. Ooh, kind of speed checky. So speed conservation is going to be huge then if there's this slow speed section near the end. That was, I guess, second place so far. 43.4 is the author time. So, quite a lot of time to gain still. I think so much at the beginning of this track is going to be about saving speed. So getting those little jumps like that's probably not good. And then this part here, there is a specific angle for that. I think we need to be pointing the car upward so that you don't lose too much traction and fall off like I did on the first run. Get up here, that is 68 speed, an improvement from the previous run. Quick Racer passing me, zooming in the lead right now with a 44.5. I think a lot of the time on this track is in the speed conservation at the beginning, because that pays off at the end. So if maybe I stay a little bit higher around there. I think or swing super far to the right. You saw Quick Racer do it too in front of me, so no air time there. I was down 3 speed, and yeah, I'm up speed. That was like essentially a 4 speed change between CP2 and CP3. Now I should be up speed for the slow section, and that should be a lot of my time gain. 70 this time. 3/10 improvement plus 2 speed. I messed up one of the final corners. And that ended up not being much of an improvement, I think, because I messed up the corner. Probably just take those final corners as tight as possible also then, since you're so close to the finish, so there's no need to try to save any more speed at that point. Very cool track. I like this. Zoman already got that AT. 43.1. He's over a second faster than Quick Racer in second place right now. That was good. I didn't think that was going to be that good of an angle, but I actually did not get any airtime there. Only the tiniest hop up there, which the main important thing is to just have traction. A little bit wide, but that might save me some speed. I don't know. That jump is not good. I'm plus 5 speed, having done the worst jump imaginable, though. So I could have a bunch more speed there. I think I could have another 5 maybe at the top of the hill, and that would be a huge improvement if I can maintain that. Mackie managed to get into the game halfway into the warm-up round. Pretty stacked lobby already with Zoman, Round, Quick Racer, multiple time Cup of the Day winners. Now Mackie joining. Mini Pekka looking good. Mini Pekka is Sterbin, by the way. Might recognize that name. Vidal looking good as well right now. Sad Doge looking good. Has been looking good for a few weeks. That turn is tough. Like, it's not hard to do, but it's tough to do fast, because if you're on a bad line like I was that time, you don't want to correct your steering, right? Like, maybe if I did a really low entry. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. That felt better. Ah! This first turn is tough also, because I think you want to take it inside, or do you want to take it inside? Maybe you want to go wide to save speed. And I think I liked being super low around here. Round is also going pretty low, goes up a little bit. The thing is, if you're getting too much leftward steering, then you have to correct your direction, and that's going to lose speed, because more steering is bad. That is, like, so tempting for me to try to cut, and I keep getting messed up there. Okay, what is this first turn? It's a weird angle. I don't think it would be worth going wide, but I might as well try. Oh, +1 speed. Half a second, but I have one more kph. So, does that convert into good time? I seem to have just lost the speed, so guess not. Yeah, good angle there. Had to counter steer a little bit. Make sure I'm well clear of that. There's, I think, no reason to go wide in that turn at the bottom of the hill. And this ending, I think, just cut the corners as tight as possible. Yeah, I picked up a little bit of time just taking very good final turns. Nice, that was a very clean start. Greeded a little bit for a good line there. Tiny bit of error, but let's see how that affects my speed. Oh, I'm still up speed. Okay, that was a very clean line. I would like to be able to do that consistently. There are a lot of corners on this track that are very dangerous to clip, I think. Like, I could fall off the track, lose a ton of speed at any corner. I did not do the weird jump at the end this time, so that'll save me a ton of speed for this ending. And boom, 6th place. So pretty simple track, mostly speed conservation and just smooth lines and flow. That tends to be my strength, I think. One of my strengths for sure. So I would expect to do fairly well here. Obviously, we have a very stacked lobby. Everybody that's ahead of me on the leaderboard right now, very, very fast players. So on my good run, I had the cleanest line imaginable in the CP 2 to 3 section. Mackie's very low on that tube, but I think, yeah, you go very low here like Mackie is, run up wide a little bit, come back around to the left, and then kind of cut exactly what Mackie's doing in front of me. Is basically what I did on my personal best run. I think that was a cleaner line. It was. I'm up a little bit of speed. Mackie a little bit higher there, maybe give some better setup for this section. Runs out high there, which I don't think is worth it. Oh, except that it gives you... Yeah, I had a really bad setup at the top of that hill, actually. Looks like Round is watching Zoman, which might be a good idea, because Zoman's very fast, obviously. Zoman and Mackie, the top two right now. Of course, Mackie only had half the warm-up round. I'm not going to be able to finish this run with the time remaining, but this could be a good guideline. So Mackie does go out wide here. Maybe I could start going wide, like, yeah, like that. And then don't clip. That's another spot. I mean, like, it feels like every corner I can clip off of the inside of the track. Pretty dangerous. Zoman, Mackie, Quick Racer, the top three. Not necessarily a surprise there. Sad Doge, Mini P.E.K.K.A, and Round NZT ahead of me in the warm-up round. Bottom four get eliminated, or however many DNF. I could see some DNFs here. It is a speed check, which is not really affecting me, but I could see that affecting some people. And just in general, there's a lot of dangerous corners, so I could see anybody DNFing really, but depends how hard people are pushing. Nice start. What was my PB? Is a 43.49. This is not going to match my PB because I was very safe through that section for fear of DNFing. And yeah, I'm down a ton of speed up here. I think I was 82 on my personal best at that checkpoint, which is kind of crazy speed. Into the 42s. 42.7 was the best from warm-up round. Mackie and Zoman 42s to start off this round. Oh, up speed. Nice. So actually, maybe just very inside line is perfectly fine on the first turn. This is, I think, one of the scariest parts of the track, just because you're kind of cutting a lot of corners. A lot of chances for you to, like, clip and fall off the track. That corner as well. Both times when you go on that that style of track piece, I'll point it out next time. Those kind of corners, I think both of them on this track, you are intentionally cutting for the perfect line. And it is dangerous. The corners I'm talking about are... This isn't even the track. Where am I? These, when you have this, this concave piece, when you come over this way, I think you're kind of cutting a little bit, and then you can kind of cut over the air a little bit here as well. And then the second time that track piece comes up here, I think you're cutting again a little bit there. A few DNFs in the first round. Not hugely surprised. I don't think this is the easiest of tracks. We have a 1:04 making it through. Hey, a time is a time. Most important thing, get a time on the board. This loading time is not going to help me do that. Mackie did get the world record at the end of that round, by the way, 0.697. I do really like driving that section, though. It's a very satisfying section of road to drive. I'm almost wondering if... I'm wondering if third-person static, or possibly even first-person, would be good for that loop. Just for being able to set up that next corner, because it's a very tight corner you have to do. And I can't really see it coming. I'll try it here since I've got time. And I've got a good time, no need to worry about that. I'm getting very good starts. I'm actually consistently up speed on my personal best from the warm-up round. This is the section. If I was in third static here, up, around, and then I want to know, I still cannot see that purple piece right there. So that did not really help. Maybe first person would, but I'm kind of afraid of first person. Can be hard to see a lot of things in first person. Mackie and Zoman again in the 42s. Oh, actually, Mackie and Quick Racer, sorry, in the 42s. Zoman with the 43.1. Only 3 DNFs this time, so it looks like the big DNFs from round 1 are not going to continue. 2 DNFs now. Another 1:03 time on the board. Some big time variation for sure at the bottom end of the leaderboard, which I think makes sense because of that speed check up there. You could make that and be going very, very slow. That's why this is such a big speed conservation map, because of that slow section at the end. Okay, that worked out. Seemed aggressive, but it was probably clean. Yep, PB pace roughly. Very inside of that turn. I don't like it. Run out wide a little bit here just so I can cross to this section a bit smoother. A little bit unnecessarily wide on that turn at the end. 0.7 though. I want to watch Mackie or Zoman. I think we might get both of them right here, actually. Mackie, I did see in the warm-up round, he's very far to the right side on that outer tube, right on the line where the colors change. This is all the same. Oh, Zoman a different line here, actually. I like Mackie's better. Mackie does reset. Zoman resets also going out a little bit wide there. Yeah, I think this is pretty much the same line I've been taking. Very aggressive jump there. Then Mackie cuts across on this purple section. I did notice that when I was following him in the warm-up round also. He has a very right side entrance to that section of the track. And he is very, very purposefully going super wide on that corner. And that is 88 speed, which is nuts. Quick Racer does win the round with a 42.8. So it looks like 3 people consistently in the 43s. And then with the 43.7, I am still in 5th, even though I'm almost a second off of that lead bunch. That's fine, though. I don't mind being top 5. Ow. Too far to the inside. Felt clean. Ah, yes, it was clean. And then Mackie moves over to the right side here. Gives him probably a better setup for that. And then he goes super duper wide here. Which actually onto that purple line on the left side of the road. I am up speed. It seems that is better. The speed for this ending is so big, since it's such a slow section of the track. I am very consistent, and it is not keeping up with the top guys, though. Very clearly, there's those 3 up at the front, and then there's Mini Pekka in 4th, and then there's me in 5th. Ah, okay. Too aggressive that time. Let's see, a bunch of people coming to the end. Not many people coming to the end, actually. I did not look at eliminations last round. There were 3 DNFs last round. I've got a few people without a time right now. Got people leaving the game that were already going to be eliminated there. And we've got Mackie looking to snipe. Ooh, world record with the 0.5. So it was 2 DNFs, 47s getting eliminated now. Looks like 46s, maybe even 45s going to be necessary in the upcoming rounds. I am doing that 43.6 pretty consistently. My start is so consistently up. Up on my personal best time, which is still my warm-up round time. But I cannot seem to translate that start into a personal best run. That checkpoint seems to very consistently be like exactly even with my personal best, as does that checkpoint. And here we'll do the Maki line. Okay, did not get the massive speed increase that I got last time doing that line. 43.9. Quick Racer has been pretty consistently fast up there as well. Even beating Zoman the last few rounds. Ooh, for a second I thought that was going to be too far to the inside, but I actually just survived it. I'm actually up speed this time. Did I maintain that? I had a little wobble. Oh, wow, I'm very up speed. Okay, nice. Ah, okay. Okay, noted. Do not cut this corner. It is dangerous. So 46, 47, 48, 52 being eliminated that round. We got 45s. Not even very many 45s left. I keep talking about this every week, but how like the midfield, roughly like top 20 and up, have been getting very fast lately. I think we're seeing that again here with, I think it was 22 people with the 44 or better. Yeah, and considering I'm doing mid 43s, that's not a huge gap for that whole section. My god, that was so far to the inside. Okay, I'm gonna do my inside line here. Just to see what this becomes. I'm down a little bit of speed. Don't cut that corner too much. I think that corner is a tiny bit safer to cut. I finally got the author time. Okay, and now I'm not going to have that perpetual plus 0.5 at the start. Nice. I think I'm feeling very solid on that section of the track. Down a bit of speed here. Almost fell off the track on the left side. Does that save me speed? It did, but it kind of lost me a lot of speed also. Maki, Zoman, and Round now all with the 42.7. Quick Racer at the 42.8. Seems like this kind of 5th place position has been changing hands a lot. It's and me this round. Who else do we got up there? Myself, Sad Doge, Agix, Mini Pekka. I've seen doing very good runs a lot of times as well. 1 elimination this round. 1 DNF this round, and the usual 4 eliminations. Yeah, 44 is going to be necessary to make top 20, it looks like. Still a few more rounds with 4 eliminations. Players. Clean start. Nope, apparently not. I don't really understand speed at turn 1, I guess. A middle line there, kind of non-committal to either side of the track. That seems to give me fine speed though. I'm not sure how much Maki's super aggressive outside line is actually gaining. Zooming into the 0.6s. We haven't seen anybody be able to replicate that 0.5 from Maki a few rounds back. Mackie does do that super wide line there, and that was actually great because I did not steer at all through that loop. Mackie goes super wide there. 85? Oh yeah, there's the speed. Okay. And somehow that was an improvement. Yeah, just don't go too far to the inside on that penultimate corner because you just do not survive if you cut that at all. Ah. Looks like Mac Cheesy gonna DNF this round. It is 44s, mid 44s even, necessary to make it out now. So that means it's only 7/10 behind my times that I've been putting down. I have done a few better times, but I've been very consistently in the 0.6, 0.7 range. I did also like completely mess up the end of that run. I wish I knew if that post was intangible. That's what I was gonna check at the end of the last round before I just crashed very early on. Nice, I'm up speed, even doing kind of a middle line on the uphill. Not quite 42 club. Time will be super safe for this round, though. So let's check this. Let's find this out now. It is very tangible. So do not hit that. I was wondering if I could maybe take that line a little bit more direct and not have to worry about going around that post, but nope, I do have to worry about that. This is kind of... okay, that did not work out. That was the line Zoman was doing earlier, and I wasn't sure if it was working or not. I did turn players on, there's just nobody here. Ping needs an improvement, not going to get it. Agix already safe, will be the last to cross into the finish line. Mackie with a 0.6. Pretty fast. Oof, rough round for CSC, these last couple. So, 2 eliminations now. Kind of like last week, I feel like this cup has been flying by, but I don't actually know if it has been. It's been a lot of rounds, I think. I think that's just what happens when I'm enjoying the map. So good map, Mortishade. Except for this post. I wish I was intangible. A little bit of air at the top of the hill. Ah. 43.5 is solid, but, you know, I really need to be pushing for more, considering Zoman's got a 42.5, a whole second faster than that run I just did. I think the line through that loop is going to be pretty dependent on just the entry I have to it. It's like the one time I did it the way Mackie does, where you end up on the right side of the road with a good setup for the next corner. I did not steer at all on that run. But that time I also did not steer, and I was just not over on that side of the track. So I think it's completely dependent on the entry angle you have. group of players coming in right at the end here. We have 3 people without a time, and only 2 should get eliminated in this round. And here comes Tommy Gaming and Agix. Both need times, and YOLO, who needs an improvement. And Agix did not get a fast enough time. Tommy Gaming did get out. And with only 2 eliminations, YOLO survives that as well. Tight ending there. An actual Goose also getting eliminated with the DNF. Is that good? It's okay, I guess. It's the same as anything else I've done. A little bit down speed there. Ugh. Kind of a bad loop. I feel like I'm taking a different line around that corner every single round, and it's just, I've accepted it at this point. I don't know what's fast there. 43-7 with only 2 eliminations. I'm not sure I would call that safe, actually. I think last round it was low 44s, so I might just be okay with that to get top 10. But let's try to get an improvement. That's not it. Quick Racer with the 0.6. I'll have to check GTR also, see what the top players are doing, because I know a lot of them have been having really good times and kind of changing positions at the top. We have not seen a new world record in quite a while. Zoman did put a 0.5 in, I think it was the last round or 2 rounds back. This run does not seem to be the improvement I'm looking for, although I did have a very bad uphill section. Do that super wide line up here. No airtime if I can help it. I don't think this is an improvement, actually. Oh, another 0.7. Does put me ahead of YOLO. And ahead of Tommy Gaming, and Alex Tatar will DNF as well. So Tommy Gaming and Alex out 11th and 12th. Into the top 10 now. Did not see... No, we did see everybody at the top 3 there. It's pretty much been Quick Racer, Mackie, and Zoman trading positions at the top this entire cup. I think Round has had a couple of very fast times up there. Not as consistently. Andmy's been looking very good in the previous few rounds as well. Ooh, that was good. Didn't really save anything from the run I already had though, which was a little bit down on speed. Okay, up speed there though. Running out wide, I think the theory is that you have to do less steering because of the angle of the road out there. So that saves speed in theory. Actually, 0.2 is a very good time. Only a 10th off of my personal best. And me also with the 0.2 there. A little bit too low. It's a little concerning with Zoman and Round in the DNF range right now, because it's probably 2 people who are going to go faster than me. Nice. I think good angle there. Should set me up well for that turn. Yep, I'm up a little bit of speed, and we'll do this out wide line again. Hopefully be up speed at this checkpoint too. Nice, we are up speed there. A little bit down time. Probably right around that 0.2 again. 0.17. Okay. Improvement up to 4th place. Which is very nice. I keep losing track of where the track is. Round with a 0.48, only 8th place, but I think that is going to be enough. Sad Doge and YOLO eliminated 9th, 10th. So the top 8, we have 5 former Cup of the Day winners. All multi-time Cup of the Day winners with Mackie, Zoman, Quick Racer, Round, and myself. Mini Pekka, and me, and Zeklord, who have not won Cup of the Day. And me and Zeklord have both had second place finishes before, and I'm not sure what Mini Pekka, aka Sturbin, aka Lambda, I'm not sure what their best finish is. Ooh, nice, nice. Good angle there. Actually cut that corner a little bit, which I've been kind of afraid to do. I was talking about this a long time ago. Those purple concave sections. You can cut into those a little bit, and I've been kind of avoiding that one just because it's hard to see at that angle. And it's so late into the run also that I don't want to take many risks at that point. But that did work out, so maybe that's a risk I will start taking. 0.225 is a good time, but so many people had 0.2s last round. Don't like that speed. Ooh, don't really like that first turn. I wonder if people are going wider at the first turn to get more speed, because I've been getting plenty of speed going super inside, but I wonder if maybe I can get a little bit more out of it going wide. Ideally without losing too much time. Down speed again. Did not cut that corner as well this time. Let's go inside and just see what happens, because I feel like that's not going to be an improvement unless I try something strange. Nah, I lost like 3 more speed. Looks like, based on the chat, round has been eliminated, and it looks like Zeklord is out as well. Let me do a quick check on Sturbin. Where is he on the spreadsheet? Editor Alexa can put that in, because I can't find him. Thank you, YOLO. This cup is sponsored by Arms Up Airlines. Quick Racer not as wide as I'm going there. Oh, I got a little bit of air at the top. That's gonna hurt. Fifth place run. 0.3 is pretty good. That might be enough to beat Mini Pekka. Ah. Oh, they're right in front of me, so I guess we'll find out here. Never mind, I don't like that start. 42.5 flat, by the way, from Quick Racer. That was risky. Oh, did not need to do that line. Down a little bit of speed, and I don't love my angle here. Ah, okay, that's why I didn't want to cut that corner. What's Mini Pekka doing? Do they have the pace to beat me with the 43.37? Personal best is better than mine, actually. Do they have the time also? It's very tight on time here. 4, 3, 2. They're a little bit behind. Also, I think they're going to make the finish. And they do snipe with the 0.2. Yeah, photo mode on others is a tiny bit behind where they actually are on track. So he did make the finish. Just barely. GG Mini Pekka. Very tough top 5. I mean, these times are insane that people are doing now. This top 3 has been around this whole time of Quick Racer, Maki, and Zomin. All 3 of them now have done a 0.5. And me has been looking a very solid 4th place, actually, in the past maybe 4 or 5 rounds. Mini Pekka has been up here pretty much since the start of warm-ups, actually. They've been kind of hanging around this top 5, so a very good track for them as well. It is Andme and Mini Pekka on their first runs right now. Andme going kind of middle of the road. Mini Pekka doing the wide line. Man, cutting the final corner, risky, but it works out. 43.36, and a 43.6 from Andme is probably not safe. Not with the 3 people remaining without a time. Zoman with a 43.0. Quick Racer now coming around to this final section. Even that .0 from Zoman is not the strongest we've seen from them. And Quick Racer with only a .2 as well. I don't think Quick Racer even is going to be safe with that time, not with what we've been seeing as of late. Mackie on what will be their only run, coming around to this loop. Still doing that perfect line across to the right side. No steering in the loop itself. And then, yep, doing this wide line, almost touching the purple. Around these final corners, don't cut that one too much, because that is dangerous. And Mackie does do a 42.8, the only 42 of this round so far. Quick Racer probably wants that improvement. Mini Pekka is going to want an improvement also, because Andme did put in a 43.234. Quick Racer off the track, Mini Pekka off the track. Quick Racer actually got the finish there somehow, but Mini Pekka not making it. Zoman last second also gets a 42.9. Mini Pekka eliminated in 5th. So now 3 former Cup of the Day winners. Just Mackie, Zoman, and Quick Racer. We have Andme, the personal best of 2nd place. A long time ago, actually. I remember that cup. Zoman and Andme, the only 2 on their first runs. Both of them do that jump there. What do the others do? Quick Racer also does the jump. I don't think Mackie was doing it. Mackie is so particular about the runs he's taking. Zoman a little bit wider, but not quite as wide as Mackie's been going. I think the wide line is probably fastest. That gives you the most speed. Very close times, a 0.9 and a 0.0 from Zoman and Andme. Mackie does a little bit of the jump. Not quite as wide to the right side as I was going on that section. Does jump a little bit though. More to the right than anybody else is going. Andme's got some porpoising, it looks like, in front here. It was a weird little bug. Andme jumps very aggressive. It does have just enough time to do a reset and get one more run here. Mackie, I think that's going to be the only run. Not that it matters. He's got a 0.5. I think he is safe. Andme, though, is going to need an improvement. 43.0 is an insanely good time, but these top 3 have been unbeatable this entire cup. How aggressive does he jump it this time? Ooh, too safe that time, actually. It did not even set him up well, so Andme is going to be eliminated with that 43.0. Zoman improves to a 0.71 as well. Quick Racer coming up to the end. 87 speed at that checkpoint. And a 0.55. Wow, so a 0.7 needed to make it into the top 3. Andme eliminated in 4th. So these top 3, it is just Mackie with 27 cup wins, Zoman with 18, and Quick Racer with 5. All 3 obviously very fast. That's why they win the Cup of the Days. Zoman does go a bit wider at the beginning. Looks like Mackie takes the tightest line of the 3. So Zoman maybe gets a little bit more speed, but he is putting himself at a time deficit right off the bat. Trying to use that speed to gain back the time he's losing. Mackie does go more to the right there. You can see it there. Perfect example. I like Mackie's line. I'm not sure if it's the faster one or not, though. Mackie and Zoman with the nicer right side setup, and Quick Racer does reset off of that. Mackie does go wide there as well. Zoman a little bit more in the middle. You see Zoman catch up to Mackie, but Mackie should have more speed at the end because of that line that he does. Not a lot more speed, though. Zoman caught up, and that was a 42.5, and all 3 of them right back at the start again, as Quick Racer takes another reset and is going to need pretty close to a personal best. Quick Racer does have the world record of a 0.500, but the 0.5s have been rare in this cup, and now you're going to need one to make it through this round. Very late reset again as he crashes into the road there. Very tight first corner. Looks like Mackie... Oh, is still on that run. Zoman reset, I think. And here it is again. This is kind of the risky spot that these guys have been taking that jump. Mackie, no improvements, but a 0.54 is a very solid time. Quick Racer with a much better setup to this section than he had on his previous run. Does go a lot more inside here. I think the most inside of the three. Interesting that there's very different lines even among the top players who are getting very, very similar times. Tight couple final corners. 0.728 from Quick Racer will be eliminated. Very strong time to get eliminated. And now this is quite the final. Just Mackie, 27 Cup of the Day wins, 11 second place finishes. Zoman, 18 Cup of the Day wins, 14 second place finishes. Two of the strongest players in Zeepkist at the moment and historically. Quick Racer does have that fastest time still, and these two are separated by 17 thousandths. Let's see who can win it in the finals here. This is that line variation right there. Zoman did get a pretty clean jump. Mackie very high on the wall. Does get over to the right side of the track there. And then Mackie does like to run out wide here. Zoman's going to catch up, taking a little bit of a shorter line. Although I do think Mackie's speed is going to be better. The 86 isn't even all that great there. Oh, that's risky. Cutting both of the final corners. Maybe a little bit too much. I think lost out a bit at the very end there. And Mackie with another 0.5. Very close to both of their personal best times. Zoman going to need to improve that. Did get the 0.5 in the last round. Mackie resetting. Going to need that perfect start to get a good time here. I mean, really possibly looking at needing world record in the finals to win this cup. Zoman looks like he's on a very clean run. No more time for a reset, so this is the one he's going to take. It looks good. Oh, cutting the corner there. That was risky as well, and actually did lose speed. He's down to 84. Lost quite a bit of speed, I think, cutting that corner. Mackie in photo mode, so not going to improve, and neither is Zoman. So Mackie takes win number 28. Congratulations to Mackie. If you guys want to see all these stats and results for Zeepkist Cup of the Day, I will post the link to my spreadsheet in the description below. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.